Well, because when it rains, it effing pours. This is the Nikki Maduro show. I'm Nikki Maduro. She's Kim McAllister, and President Joe Biden has COVID. So,
What else could go wrong? Because now, I mean, he's older, and so COVID could really hit him hard. And as if it's not worse, bad enough, now he might have COVID brain. I mean, how do you speak as you're campaigning with COVID brain?
I just feel like, again, they can't catch a break. Hit that subscribe button, you guys, and that bell, and that thumbs up, like, comment, do all the things, because my God, the news never stops as we lead up to November.
Who gave the president COVID? You're fired. Wear a mask.
He's all over the place, right? I mean, he's traveling a lot. He's campaigning. He's not in his basement hiding like we did in the last election. I cannot believe when I turned on CNN and they're like, Joe Biden has COVID. And I'm like, well, of course, because the guy can't buy a freaking headline. You know what I mean? Like, the guy cannot buy a good headline to save his freaking life. So he tested positive. This is what it said. It said he's getting his first dose of Paxlovid. He's going to be self-isolating at his home in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. He presented with respiratory symptoms, including runny nose, a non-productive cough, and general malaise that has nothing to do with everybody turning the F against him in his own freaking party. I mean,
seriously.
Thanks, Adam Schiff and everybody freaking else. He's like, you know what? I just don't feel good.
Oh,
and now let's just add COVID on top of it. I feel so bad for the guy. Like, he does all of these things for the effing party. He gets us through this effing pandemic. The Dow is high. You know, the economy is turning around. And shoot, just because he can't turn back time and his age, everybody's hating on the poor dude. You know what I mean? Like, and then, you know, because there's not an assassination attempt on his head and he can't stick a diaper on the side of his head, he's just not popular anymore.
What's worse? What do you get more sympathy for? Having COVID?
No sympathy for
having
COVID anymore.
A bullet graze your ear. What's the most?
There is zero sympathy for COVID anymore. Sorry. There's none. No, he will get zero. Nobody's going to worry about him getting COVID anymore. It's like everybody cares about Donald Trump's ear piercing versus, you know, the president getting COVID, unfortunately. Like, it's just not going to draw any headlines. All it's going to be is like you said, oh my God, now he's going to have COVID brain. God forbid the guy, you know, his life is being threatened. We have medicine now, Kim. It doesn't matter anymore that you get COVID.
Well,
it doesn't matter.
Good thing is
it's
he's vaccinated, but I still worry about his age. And this whole stepping aside thing could be a moot point. Looks like maybe it'll be Kamala Harris anyway. I mean, because I don't know what your chances at 81 are of surviving COVID, even with a vaccine.
Well, exactly. It's not good. I mean,
not good.
It's not good to get. That's all. Did you hear this headline, though? This is hilarious. The Trump campaign is refusing to agree to a vice presidential debate because they don't know who the Democratic nominee is going to be yet.
Oh, duh.
They don't know because who knows?
Oh, because it could be Kamala in the top spot.
It could be Kamala as the top spot.
What does it matter who the nominee is? It's you if
you got to debate whoever it is. Exactly.
Right. If you're coming from a position of strength, you say it doesn't matter who it is. I'll be able to handle it. So bring it on. Whoever you can throw at me, I'll take it.
I am I am so like over it. Like, again, I'm trying not to. I was really prepping for the show and I'm like, I'm not going to talk about Adam Schiff calling on Biden to drop out of the race, even though, like, thanks, Schiff. You know what I mean? Thanks, Schiff. You know what an existential threat, and I don't even care. I'm not exaggerating. Donald Trump and JD Vance are not good for this country. It is not exaggerating to say that. They lie. They are fundamentally opposite of where I think this country should go. And Adam Schiff knows this very clearly. And unless you're offering up solutions, Adam, like, what the F are you talking about? Why can't these conversations happen privately? Why are we going on CNN? Why are we going on the news networks and having these conversations? I don't understand it. Like, it bothers me. it there and I feel like it's Groundhog's Day every day this week and last week. We keep having the same conversations. There's one person and one person only that is going to decide whether Biden stays in the race, and it is Joe Biden. So
Yeah.
shut the F
Well,
up.
maybe they feel like if there's enough political pressure
No,
applied.
it hurts the party. It all it
Yeah.
does is hurt the party. Shut
So are
up.
you saying don't have the conversation? Or are you just
What
saying
what does
have the
having the
conversation
conversation do except hurt
quietly?
the party?
Yeah.
You know what they should be doing? They should be going on CNN and they should be touting the Democratic policies that have been good for the country. That's what they should be talking about. That's
Right.
it. That is it. You know what the
I
Biden Harris policies have done for the country? Blah, 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 blah. That's what they should be doing. They should shut the
I
hell
will
up.
agree with you that the more you talk about it, the more it gives the appearance of a Democratic Party in disarray.
Thank
And a party in
you.
a party in disarray is not what you want for an incumbent
No.
going in. Yeah. Yeah.
And again, they're minimizing what good the party has done. You know what's
Mhm.
being buried? Again, the Dow reaching an all-time high, right?
Mhm.
It's burying all of the progress. No wonder Joe Biden isn't feeling well, besides the fact that he got COVID. You know, Pennsylvania's, I think it was I think it was the senator, I forget, was on this like call with a bunch of other Democrats. And Biden's like, do you need me to send you the talking points of all the crap? He didn't say crap, but all the stuff
Mhm.
I've done for your state. Do you need me to send you everything I have been doing? And like it was getting testy. And I get it. It's like, screw you guys. Do you need me to remind you what I've done over the past several years? I totally understand how frustrating it has to be for Joe Biden to look at these ungrateful a-holes, and I'm gonna defend him and be like, dude, do you remember what we just went through? Do you remember how hard it was to pass even the things we got passed with all that
Mhm.
Republican opposition? And we
And
got
he's
some of these things got passed, and now
mhm.
you're gonna throw it all away? You nincompoops. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Jesus, it sucks so bad. And I'm totally whining, but I get it. Like Joe Biden, with all of his political like experience,
Yeah.
he is probably looking at these Democrats and being like, this is why we fail, is because we don't rally. We let these narratives suck all the oxygen out of the room. Shut up. Like, yeah, I'm old. I can't change it. He can't change his age. But you know what we should be doing? We should be rallying and we should be promoting our accomplishments. We should not continue going on and talking about crap we can't change. No,
No.
Joe Biden can't change his age. Neither can Donald Trump. Nobody seems to be railing on like he was on with Lester Holt. We talked about this last time. Joe Biden's looking at Lester Holt and being like, where are all of your questions about Donald Trump's lies? And
Mhm.
Lester's like, I don't know. Like, you guys are failing. You guys are literally failing. And I totally am as frustrated as Joe Biden is. And and we're making the same mistake that we made in 2016. And it sucks. So
Is it not important though to note that we may have a president who's not necessarily capable of making tough decisions and after 8 p.m.?
You mean Donald Trump? Are you talking about Donald Trump, Kim McAllister? Are you? Are you talking about Donald Trump who threw a
I
plate
mean,
of ketchup
I
at
would
the
say
wall? Are
I
you
would
talking
say
about Donald Trump who wouldn't read the briefings every day because it bored him? Are you talking about Donald Trump who just wanted to play golf more than doing anything else presidential? I mean, these are facts about Donald Trump that nobody cares about. We're just making it's okay because that's Donald Trump. I mean,
yeah.
come on.
Mhm.
Stop giving him a pass. Everybody gives Donald Trump a pass and holds Biden to this like bar that he has consistently met. He's meeting it. He stumbles. But he always has. Like somebody showed this this video from years ago, and like he said, like he called Barack Obama, I think Barack America or something. Like he's always been Joe Gaff. Like
Mhm.
everybody has always said Joe Biden's always been that guy.
Yeah.
And he has. So like stop making Joe Biden into this person that's incapable of doing what he's already proven he can do. Yes, he's old. He may not live another 4 years. We have a fully capable vice president and we have democratic policies that have proven to work. So stop. Like, I'm just so frustrated. And the
Girl,
Democratic Party is pissing me
you need
off.
to throw on a blazer and some lipstick
Ugh.
and go straight to CNN. Let's have a discussion.
It's
Yeah.
so up, and I'm
Yeah.
so frustrated. And then Adam Schiff, like,
Hmm.
screw you, dude. Like, it pisses me off so badly. And again, all these people love pointing the finger at Biden's age and the bad debate, which I will give you 100%. And yet, what is your solution? Oh, what is your solution? Again, it's like we're taking a page out of the stupid GOP where it's like, well, we should just kind of have a conversation. We've had conversations about it. Shut the hell up. Start promoting all of our accomplishments and shut up. But anyways, again, Joe Biden has COVID. The Democrats are idiots, and again, we're here where we are. And then there's JD Vance, who again is calling women childless cat ladies, doesn't want, us in positions of power. And it's just pass after pass after pass after pass, as if Joe Biden's age is the biggest threat to this nation. And we have Trump and then Trump 2.0 just waiting in the wings for these mindless Americans to put into power. It's frightening.
I wonder what his wife thinks about his words about women.
I know,
Because
right?
she went to Yale. She's
Right?
had a pretty high powered legal career. Like she's no,
Idiot, you would
right.
think.
You would
You would
think,
think.
right? So what does she think about him telling women what they ought to do with their fertility?
I
Because
don't know.
you could have a woman who tried to have babies and couldn't. You could
Right.
have a woman who just decided that having children wasn't for her.
Right.
Why are these things? America. It's a free country, and here he is calling women out for this.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's absolutely. Again, I don't like to, because I don't know the woman. I literally just heard of her a couple of days ago. Just learning about JD Vance's ties. Trey Crowder, who's a comedian, and thank you. I don't know if it was Lori or somebody sent me the video of the Trey Crowder, who actually knew JD Vance. They kind of grew up in the same area. They actually went out for a beer when JD Vance was anti-Trump, and JD Vance kind of, if you haven't read his book, Hillbilly Elegy, he kind of like bagged on his people. That was how Trey Crowder kind of saw it. It's one of those things where he considers himself an intellectual venture capitalist, came into money. Maybe that's where him and his wife kind of bonded over. She was a lawyer. She's now turned in her resignation because obviously he's getting into the vice presidential race. But I mean, I don't like to try to read people's minds, but obviously there's an attraction there. Maybe she likes a guy. Maybe she's into that sort of thing. Whatever, your kink is and however you want to do it, do you. But you don't get to legislate that for me. And that's my only thing. Like, whatever. The thing that pisses me off, though, is venture capitalists, rich people in general, they use that money to make it so everybody else has to live that way. And I don't know if we mentioned this earlier, but Elon Musk, right, is donating $45 million a month to that new super PAC backing former President Trump's reelection. Now, it's ridiculous that Elon Musk, who owns X, which is a cesspool of misinformation, thinks that, he's all for free speech as long as he agrees with it, right? Like, it's all fine and dandy unless he disagrees with it. Did you see also the headline that
he's another one that you have to have as many kids as possible?
Well, as long as those kids, Kim McAllister, aren't transgender, because one of his children is transgender, and now he's all pissed off at California. He says he plans to move the headquarters of both X and SpaceX out of California to Texas over the transgender bill that Governor Newsom signed. I have a little bit of this ABC7. Hold on, I'm going to play a little bit of it because I love it, because he always makes this big. We're not an airport. California is just a state. You don't have to announce your departure, a-hole. You could just leave, okay? So here's this report from ABC7.
Musk tweeted Tuesday, "This is the final straw because of this law and the many others that preceded it, attacking both families and companies. SpaceX will now move its headquarters from Hawthorne, California to Starbase, Texas, and X HQ will move to Austin." Musk, the CEO of SpaceX and owner of X, wrote that in reaction to California Governor Gavin Newsom signing a law that does not require school employees to tell parents if their child changes the gender they identify with.
What we have to be really clear of here is to not overread into this, right? He said he's going to move his headquarters. That's a completely different conversation than moving the business lock, stock, and barrel from California to Texas.
Exactly.
Which, candidly, I don't think he has any interest in doing.
Christopher Thornburg heads a California-based consulting firm called Beacon Economics. He says moving a main office like this out of state would likely mean anywhere from dozens of lost jobs to a couple hundred, not thousands of jobs lost.
Is it going to move the needle here? Is it going to change things for the better? No. Is it going to hammer our economy and make us fade into a third world nation? No.
So there you go. I mean, Elon Musk is like pounding his chest. And again, Elon Musk's daughter has identified as transgender. So, and I don't know which way, but I'm just saying, like, he and apparently is they've separated from Elon Musk.
Imagine how awful that must be. I mean,
and I'm sorry, Elon Musk, you would think he'd be a little bit more open-minded given the naming of his children, and like, doesn't he have a child that he like numbers and letters and all this kind of crap? You know, you think the guy would be a little bit open-minded about all sorts of things, but he's not. And and again, that's whatever, you could be however you want. Elon Musk, again, isn't anybody that you should need to emulate. He's very smart in some aspects and extremely dumb, in my opinion, in others. Just because you're wealthy doesn't mean that you're smart in all aspects of life, okay? You're good in some aspects and stupid in others. And if you've ever read his tweets, which I still will call them tweets, you will know that very, very clearly. The guy is kind of
people who can be really smart and have no common sense.
Yes.
Like the dumbest smart person you've ever met, right?
Exactly.
Where they can have their head in the sky and the books and they can have amazing ideas, but when it comes down to living a normal life and having common sense and having relationships with people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He is just, Elon Musk is just really an odd character. And again, I'm not saying he's not brilliant in some aspects, because he is. I think the whole SpaceX reusing the booster or whatever, landing on a platform type thing, genius. I've watched that thing a million times, and the math involved is way above my pay grade. That's genius to me. I will always give that to him. I think that his business interpersonal skills leaves a lot to be desired, from what I understand from all the lawsuits that, like, Tesla, for instance, has faced, right? So I think, and what he's done to Twitter, I think has been an abject failure. It's still not a profitable company, and I think that what he's tried to do to make Twitter profitable hasn't worked. I loved the platform from what it used to be. If you have time, a television show, if you have Hulu to watch Black Twitter. It's a series. W. Kamau Bell is on it. I'm only on like episode 2. It's so good. And what Black people did to Twitter.
You're muted for a second. I don't know what happened to you. There you are.
My phone was on.
You're muted again. Something's happening to you, and I cannot hear you. Thank you.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay. Yes. Okay. So Black Twitter on Hulu, you have to watch it. And it's all how Black people used to use Twitter. For instance, when the Trayvon Martin thing happened, and how like jokes and memes and everything were used. And then how Elon Musk basically effing destroyed it. Just absolutely. And I haven't finished it, so there's many more episodes that I have to get through. But again, it was this amazing platform that was used by, like, for instance, a marginalized group, aka Black people. Remember when that white woman, like the Karens, remember, the woman that called the cops on the guy that was just bird watching, remember?
Yeah, in Central Park in New York.
In Central Park, right. Remember, or the
barbecue Karen in San Francisco.
Or the white woman that called on the Black girl that was selling water, right?
Yeah.
It's like without a permit, those types of things, and all the ways that Twitter was great or mobilizing people. And then Elon Musk really ruined it. If you use Twitter or X now, it is so difficult to know what's real and what's not. And he did not fix the whole bot problem and what have you. So anyways, all of that to say, Elon Musk throwing $45 million a month into a super PAC to support Donald Trump is all I need to know that Citizens United was literally one of the worst things to happen to American politics, that was supported by the Supreme Court and just destroyed politics in this country. And it's so disappointing. Absolutely disappointing. So again, it sucks. Yeah, go ahead.
Did you hear that there are apparently delegates at the Republican National Convention that are wearing fake, like, rectangles representing the gauze bandage over Trump's ear?
Diaper that Trump apparently didn't need while golfing the day before he appeared at the Republican National Convention. Okay.
Here's an Arizona delegate. He's got a little piece of paper there. Yeah, he said he's doing it in solidarity with Trump.
It's a cult, Kim. It is an absolute freaking cult. I mean,
he's not the only one. Several Republican delegates were seen wearing these fake ear bandages at the DNC. Some have gauze, some have little squares of paper. The fake bandages on their right ear in solidarity with Trump. They have costume bandages on the convention floor. It's a new trend in MAGA merchandise too.
No.
Crazy.
No. Ridiculous. Absolutely freaking ridiculous. I mean, and again, if you haven't seen it, Donald, and I really do question it. Again, I was reading something. It wasn't an AR-15 that was used by the gunman, right? It was an AR style, which does not stand for assault rifle. It's like the maker of the gun. So this, and I know that somebody died, and I'm not trying to minimize, okay? I'm not trying to minimize the weapon or the bullet or whatever. But again, if you were like...
funeral for Corey Compatore, the firefighter who died, is being held today.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to minimize it, okay? But again, Donald Trump did go golfing the day before his appearance at the Republican National Convention. I don't know if he had something on his ear because it was kind of a little further away. But if he was wearing what he wore at the Republican National Convention, we would have seen it because it was gigantic. And I don't know. Again, I don't know why you would wear something gigantic unless you wanted sympathy points, which, again, somebody did shoot at you. And I was giving him sympathy when we talked about it. I was like, it is freaky. My heart, as much as it could, did go out to the dude because it's scary. Somebody... I don't go into conspiracies of whatever. Somebody lost their life. Somebody did fire a gun. I don't care. It is frightening. But come on. You did not need to wear a gigantic maxi pad on the side of your freaking head when you didn't need it when you went golfing the day after. And again, going golfing after an assassination attempt was pretty crazy, in my opinion. And somebody did ask a valid question. Why haven't we heard anything about the actual injury to his ear? Like, we haven't seen or had any sort of update on what the actual injury was, right? I mean, don't you think we should?
I don't think he wanted that to be released. That's private medical information.
But I mean, if he's going to be president of the United States, shouldn't we know exactly where? Like, where was it? Was any of his brain matter or head grazed at all? I mean, shoot, he's possibly going to be president again. Shouldn't we have all of these freaking details since we're so concerned about the health and safety of the next president of the United States? I don't know. I mean, the whole thing is I'm so done living in, unprecedented times, Kim. I'm just exhausted by the whole entire thing. But
let me tell you about the Republican National Convention. You know that Melania is not due to show up for a while. And because of this, apparently, Huckabee Sanders has to pick up the mantle and take cracks against Jill Biden. So this is what happened last night at the Republican National Convention.
Tonight, as America's youngest governor, the first...
Aren't you special?
Okay.
The first woman to lead the great state of Arkansas.
That's not something to be proud of. It took that long, I guess. Okay.
And most importantly, a mom to 3 amazing kids. Scarlett,
Great.
George.
Most importantly.
Sarah. Most importantly.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
When I was President Trump's White House press secretary.
I love how they have to pause for applause.
I I got the chance to take my 4-year-old son, Huck, to bring your kid to work day. Much like Jill now drags Joe to bring your husband to work day.
Really?
I thought we were being unified. I thought we were.
This person he is, President Trump bent down to give him a big hug. And right in front of everyone, Huck sidestepped the president, completely ignoring him in front of everyone, and ran straight into my arms. For my 4-year-old son, the most powerful man in the world, had nothing on his mom.
Do you feel a little sick right now listening to her?
I mean,
Because I do.
But because he's the amazing man he is, President Trump didn't mind at all. After all, he's a dad to 5 unbelievable kids and a grandfather to 10.
I bet he was totally pissed. And I think that your kid knew that Donald Trump was an a-hole. So he was like, yeah, screw this guy. I mean, you could spin that story 10 million totally different ways.
I thought
Sarah,
it was interesting that she decided to use her time to talk about the importance of motherhood. And being moms, you and I both know it's a very important job.
It is. It is.
But you're on a professional stage. You're trying to unify the party. And you know one of their platforms is, okay, everybody open your uteruses for business.
Right.
Become part of the Christian nation and start pumping out those kids.
Yep.
That's why she did that.
Of course.
In addition, she used her time to slam Jill Biden and Joe Biden.
Of course.
How ugly.
Of course.
She's ugly. Ugly inside.
Because we don't, they don't really care about unity. Can I show one quick video?
Please.
And I thought it was so funny. Did I save it? Oh, please say that I saved it. Oh, I can't save it. Anyways, I'll just describe it to you. There was this video of Kevin McCarthy being interviewed by, I think it was Caitlin Collins from CNN.
Yeah.
And so she's just asking Kevin McCarthy, Matt Gaetz is coming over. He's like, are you going to be on the stage? Are you going to be on the stage? Nobody wants to hear from you. If you go on the stage, everyone's going to leave. And I'm like, this total party is a party of like the most immature people I have ever seen in my entire. I can't even imagine being part of the same party of Matt Gaetz and like Marjorie Taylor Greens and all of them. But it is what it is, Kim McAllister, and it's exhausting. It's absolutely exhausting.
It's embarrassing. That was an embarrassing moment because it was. You talk about the way to act in public, and you talk about the way that you want to put off a professional atmosphere, right?
Exactly, but they're not.
That's not what he did. As a matter of fact, going right in here.
Yeah.
And here's the video.
Here we go. Oh, look at this. There's Matt Gaetz on the right.
Or the victim kind of the Republican Party, at least on Capitol Hill, being fractured in the House. I mean, what does that look like going into the next 4 months?
Oh, we're much more united. I mean, think about that. That was all the Democrats and 8 Republicans. One who's not coming back, and then the other part that you have, and the other part you have is one person who raised the issue. He's got an ethics complaint about sleeping with a 17-year-old. So that's the way they would go. So that's the biggest challenge we have.
Thank you so much, Mr. McCarthy. Thank you for coming over.
You.
I mean, Matt Gaetz starts heckling the guy. Honestly. Ridiculous.
I just feel like it would be funny, I guess, if we didn't live here. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the United States can be the Florida of the rest of the world sometimes. You know what I mean? It's just so embarrassing. All right, you guys, that's our show. Click the thumbs up button. Show your support. We really do appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment. We do go back and read your comments so much. Thank you so much. The super chat is also live. So click that $sign if you want to throw us a couple of bucks. If you want to support the show, though, please donate to our Patreon. It's one time a month. It's a monthly subscription. Go to theNikkiMadoroshow.com, theNikkiMadoroshow.com. Click that Patreon button and donate whatever you can afford one time a month. We also take PayPal. Go to paypal.com and hit the send button. The email address is theNikkiMadoroshow@gmail.com. And then, of course, support our sponsor, Auntie Tabby's Island Flavors. She has a delicious guava barbecue sauce, plus her hot sauces, a hibiscus and a pineapple hot sauce. You can get the variety pack or buy it one at a time. But either way,
You went away
Use the
again.
coupon.
Your mic is cutting in and out. Either way.
Use the coupon code NICKIM, NIKKIM, NIKKIM for 10% off each and every time you order. AntiStabbies.com, NIKKIM, 10% off every single time you order. I'll put my hands off my cord here and maybe that'll help. Thank you guys so very much. We will talk to you tomorrow. Take care of each other. Love ya. Bye-bye.
Nikki, you're all so awesome. You're sprout like a beautiful blossom. You're also the best. I really can't rest. You're all so awesome.
Wow. Okay.